Today I'm working on refurbishing this wine rack. This is going to go in our winery. I've cut these sideboards, which my wife likes a lot, at 4'6". That one's the same. This piece is the shelf that's going to go up here across the top. We're going to paint this rack black. Now the next thing we have to do here in this process is I have to router these fronts and sides with a bull nose. So that's what I'm in the process of doing right now. So let's get going on that. Now I'm going to sand all these down as well. I have my pad sanders on standby here. This is the outside edge. And bull nose this first. Now I have to do this side, which is going to go against the wall, and it'll give me enough room with the bull nose to attach the wine rack and then put these boards in place. I'm going to set it here where it's supposed to be. Get the other one unclamped and get it going. Now I've marked where I want a bull nose with a Sharpie marker where I'm going to take the material off. Next step of this process is to get the brackets cleaned up. The brackets that I'm going to use, they're hinges actually, but if I put these over the wire on the rack and attach here and here with bolts, the hinge is basically taken out of service, and this is going to act as a bracket to hold my boards on. So I have to clean these up. Now what we're hoping by doing this and just cleaning these up instead of painting them is that they're going to disappear right into the wood. You won't even know they're there. Only 3 out of the 6 needed that. It's going to take a minute to sand these off where people's hands might go. I figure I'll take the sliver because I don't feel any anyway, so those are done. The last step in my shop here for this project with our wine rack is painting it. So I've laid cardboard down on the floor, which really doesn't matter, but anyway, it's time to paint this thing and get it done. I'm going to work from top to bottom. Thing we did to this wine rack was paint it. You saw us doing that in the shop. I've attached these pieces in the back to hook the wine rack to. There's 2 of them, plus there's the mold trim on the floor. So this is going to get tagged off to these. That's what these were put in place for. These are the sides here, and this is the side here that has to be put on the ends. But first I have to finish up tagging this wine rack off to the wall, and as you see, we've painted a dark brown behind it. Alright, I'm going to tag this clip off here at the bottom of the rack right here. Okay, that side's in. Let's do the other side. good and solid. Now I've got this all completely tacked on. I'm thinking I'm going to put another bracket right here on each side, right up under here. So I have to go get those now. All right, I'm putting these middle brackets on now. There, that's as close and good to the wall as I can get it. It's tagged well. Now as you can see here on the bottom, I've put washers under here and back there, under the center here, under here and back there. And I've set those up so they set right under these pieces that are going to pull all the weight down to the floor. And I've done that on both sides, so this rack cannot settle. We've decided to put these brackets right almost in the center of the board. Now what I'm going to use here is, these are self-tapping screws. So they'll drill the hole and tighten themselves in. Now what these are is they're actually hinges, but when you put them on in this fashion, it makes them a fastener. So that's what I'm using for these. These came off an old entertainment center from somewhere, and I took them off and I brightened them up. You saw me do it, and I think they're going to work fabulous. I've got these marked on the top, front, back, because the shelf is going to go over this, so you won't be able to see this. Hand over hand. Side panels are on. So now we have to put the shelf on. The last thing I need to do here is I'm going to put 3 screws in this shelf on each side. Now what I'm using for these are these inside screws. They're a finish screw. But I am going to drill all these because I don't want any splitting and cracking here. All right, this shelf is up now, and it looks terrific. So anyway, that was one of the last things I had to do here at the winery inside. There's a couple other little jobs that I'm going to film, but that's about it. So anyway, we thank you for watching on the building of Little Mountain Winery. We'll see you on the next episode. Thanks. Have a great day.